Good morning, guys. Hello. Happy Friday, or at least it's Friday today. It will probably be Sunday whenever you are watching this, but we're on our way to work. So let's just get into the vlog. It's 8 o'clock. I just left my house. Right as I was getting ready to leave, I happened to look at my phone, which my daughter normally has to be at work at 8:45. And so she calls me whenever she leaves for work at 8:15, which is right when I'm arriving at work. But yeah, she had to be there at 8 o'clock this morning. So I only got to talk to her for like 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't know she was going in early. And she was laughing at me because I was like, sorry, your mother is always late. I was like, it's like a chronic issue. And she's got to go in early every day for like the next 3 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, I said, I'm going to have to like get it together so that we can talk in the mornings, because I was drying my hair this morning at the time that she called, and my phone was in the kitchen because it's just kind of as I'm getting ready to leave the house routine, I kind of get everything on the counter ready, and then I just kind of have to gather everything up after I get my hair dried, and get out the house. I'm always in a rush, y'all know. So anyway, she says she's got to work early the next 3 weeks, and she told me to get my shit together, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can get it together for 3 weeks, so we'll see. I definitely could get ready a little bit quicker or earlier, I guess. I don't know. That's a tough one. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're used to talking to each other every morning now whenever she's on her way to work. So it's like, I don't want to have to go, 3 weeks or whatever and not talk to you. Sorry, I had to stop real quick and let that car, they were trying to turn left, but I'm coming up to a red light, so that is fine. I always try to be nice and let people out if I can. But anyway, I am, heading to work. It is Friday. Super glad that it is finally Friday. I think we are getting the kids this weekend. I should have double checked with her, but we literally only had 5 minutes on the phone. Yeah, I think that the kids will be coming tomorrow, so I may not be able to vlog a whole lot this weekend. I am still planning on meal prepping. The last time that they came, I didn't, but I'm kind of over not meal prepping, as hopefully you saw in my last video. Both Charlie and I really just do better overall whenever I meal prep. We are just more organized. There's no thought process that goes into it, and it's easier on Charlie because I'm just not able to cook anything whenever I get home after work. I mean, I literally don't even care to cook anything. So if we do easy meals, Charlie has to do it all. Anywho, yeah, we are back on our meal prep game, but if the kids come, they will usually leave around lunch. Like, they might get there around lunch tomorrow and then leave around lunch on Sunday. And I think it's going to rain. It's starting to spit rain right now, of course. And I really wanted to enjoy the pool this weekend. Although, y'all, I don't know if I told it in last week's video or not, but whenever I was filming my meal prep, we had gotten in the pool before I started cooking because it was pretty. And I was worried that if I didn't go ahead and get in the pool that, I would miss out. It would start raining or something as the afternoon went on. So we went and floated in the pool for a couple of hours. And I texted my daughter, and she said she would bring the kids over. And it was going to be like an hour or so before she could get there. So I got out, came in, and did most of my meal prep, did what I could before they got there. And then they just went ahead and got in the pool after they got there, and I finished up. But I was like, I think I got a lot of sun, y'all. I was so burnt. I have not been burnt like that in forever. I was literally red from like my neck, arms, legs, stomach, everything, front and back. And it wasn't even that hot. I don't know if it's just where I haven't been in the sun since probably August of last year or what, but I was like, I told Charlie, I was like, I had to turn the air down. I was like, my skin feels hot. And some people like get the chills whenever they get burnt, but I felt like I was on fire, and it was because I was burnt, which it kind of came out like later that night. The tops of Charlie's feet got burnt, which he was showing me, and then I showed him how burnt I was. I was like, I think I win the who got burnt worse game. He's like, oh my gosh. I was like, I know. I said, I haven't been burnt like that in years. Like, sometimes I might get a little bit burnt in the beginning, but I couldn't believe it because it was kind of a little overcast, and like the sun would come through the clouds a little bit. So I didn't even think I was really getting that much. Anyway, lesson learned. But it's all soaked in now, so it's all good. So now I've got me a nice little light base tan going, and I was hoping to keep it going this weekend, but I think there's like a 70 or 80% chance of rain for the next 3 or 4 days. Thank God we got our roof done. They actually came back yesterday to seal something. I don't know what it was. It took the guy like a couple of hours, but overall, very happy with my roof. It looks really good, and we are ready to, I need to message the guy that like remodeled our den last year. I think I'm gonna see if he can come do the drywall repair. Some of the spots just might be able to be painted over that kind of are brand new spots, because we did have like a little incident whenever they removed the old roof. One of the bedrooms upstairs ended up with some wet spots on the ceiling that were not there. And so when the builder came by to do the inspection, Charlie showed it to him. And even in like the kids' room, there was a few extra spots, although there are a couple of spots that definitely need to be replaced. But he said that part of that was his fault, because part of my roof is like almost like a flat roof, and they put this stuff called TPO on there, and at first I was going to do gray, and then I decided to change it to white. Those are the only two colors, and the reason I changed it to white is because my gutters are white. The back part of my house, the upstairs part, is white, and that's where that stuff would go. It's almost like a commercial product or whatever that they put on there, and I just didn't want to see like a gray edge and it be different than the color of my new shingles. So anyway, they had brought the wrong color, I guess, because I had originally said gray, so they had to wait. So he did take like $400 off of the cost of the roof just for paint, because it's really not damaged. But I want Charlie to do like a little test and like paint over that with some of the Kills primer. And then I'm going to use the same paint upstairs that I used in the den. I love that color. It is just like a perfect white, but it's not too white. It's not too yellow. It's not too gray. To me, it's just like the perfect white. It's still on the warm side. And in my office, I want to paint the ceiling and the walls in there, because it's just painted this gray color. And we don't remember which color that is that we painted that room. And then Charlie tried to like touch something up one time, and we have like an old TV that's like hanging on the wall in there. I don't even know if that TV still works, but anyway, we could not figure out which paint color it was, and Charlie did like 2 or 3 little test spots, and you cannot, we don't have that color, and we have no idea what that color is. So I'm like, I would rather just repaint my whole office and just go with that white color on the ceiling and on the walls, which makes it easier for Charlie to paint, because he has 2 weeks of shutdown. That is like the end of the month, first of the month, and I cannot take off during his shutdown, so we always try to do our vacation later in August, which is what we are doing. So I need to get the guys organized to try to come in and do the drywall. I don't think that it will take them that long. It will be like a really small job for him. But I would like to get that done the week, because I am going to Mexico for work for one of the weeks, or during one of the weeks that Charlie is on shutdown. That's also the week that Sophie's getting her teeth done, finally. She needs to have like a dental cleaning and possibly an extraction. And I've kind of been prepping for it all year and trying to save money up. But I'm telling y'all, these vets are outrageously expensive. So expensive that it's going to make people stop wanting pets as much, because I mean, I just seem to spend thousands of dollars between Ozzy's diabetes and medication and taking him to the vet and his glucose checks. So they have to go on the 28th for like their yearly checkup, and then I went ahead and made the appointment for her teeth for like July the 8th. I'm sure they're going to have to do blood work, so that appointment for both of them is probably going to cost me like $300 or $400. Anyway, I don't know. Both of our dogs are kind of getting older, even though they look like puppies. But Sophie is 11, I believe, and Ozzy will be 10 in October. And yeah, so they are getting older, and I'm like, I'm not going to have any more dogs. And I don't know about cats either. You know, one of the issues, if we want to purchase a condo in Florida in the building that we always visit, which is probably what I would like to do sometime in the future, but they really don't allow pets. For the longest time, you couldn't have any kind of pet. Now you can have one if it is registered as like a support animal or whatever, you know. So maybe I could probably try to get a cat registered, but I don't know, really, like, it's going to be over 10 years before we'd be able to go down there, and I'm just like, I don't know if any of my animals will still be alive then, and that also makes me think that I don't want any more. Although every video, every little picture that I see of a cute little kitten or puppy or whatever, I want them all. But then again, my logical side is like, they're too expensive. We're getting older, getting ready for retirement in 10 years. I mean, I'm 50. I would love to retire early at 60. We'll see. But at least by like 62 to 65. And so I know that, like, I'm really thinking far into the future, but part of that thought process is because we would like to try to go ahead and purchase a condo possibly now. You know, sometimes we do look at houses here, and I think I want to purchase another home here, but if we did that, that would like push back our purchase of a condo by a long, long time. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent talking about how expensive the vets are. They're expensive, and we probably will not get any more animals because of just the future and the cost of them. But I'm already pulling into work. I did talk to my daughter for a few minutes, so I know this is probably a shorter little intro than normal, but hope that y'all have a fabulous day. Alrighty guys, I am back. It is Saturday morning, and I'm getting ready to eat my breakfast. Here comes Luna to bother me. No, you cannot have my breakfast. Here, you want to say hi to everybody? She's hiding behind the camera, trying to get my food. Maybe she'll stay away. No. So I just have my last little egg bite from Costco and my bacon. Come here, Luna. Tell everybody hi. Of course, my battery's gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna change my battery. Ow, she scratched me. I'm gonna change my battery, and I will be right back. Kind of discuss what we're going to do for food. The kids are getting ready to be here in about 45 minutes or so, so we're going to have to take them with us to get groceries because I did not get ready in time to go get it done before they got here. It's been raining, but now it kind of looks like the sun's coming out, so we might be able to get in the pool. We'll see. The water might be cold though. Alrighty, so I am back. I need to work on my grocery list because I don't really have it finalized. So since we have the kids, I am still going to meal prep. I thought about not doing it, but I really don't want to not meal prep it. It's just so much easier. As I explained in last week's video, Charlie and I are over not having our meals prepped, and I know that a lot of y'all do not like leftovers and stuff, but it just works for us in our lifestyle. It's just easier. So we are going to have taco soup this week, even though it is like going into summer, but I think that it's going to be like raining this week quite a bit for the next few days. So for that, I just need to get some Rotel. I always get like one of those big cans, some frozen corn, some chicken broth. I use like a whole carton of chicken broth, which I think is like 4 cups or something. Chicken broth. Taco seasoning. I may have taco seasoning. I'll look, but I'm going to put it on there. What else do I put in that? Black beans. It's so easy. Like, we were trying to think of like an easy meal, so that's something that I can just throw on in the morning. Tomorrow's also Father's Day, so thought about maybe going to eat breakfast in the morning, depending on what time we get up and how the kids are and everything. I don't know if we'll probably pick up something for lunch, or maybe we could take the kids to lunch today and then go get groceries because they're supposed to get here at 11. We'll see what we end up doing. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to make for my other meal. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do sandwiches this week. I should do sandwiches because I have 3 of those Arnold's sandwich thins, so maybe I'll just get like half a pound. I can do sandwiches 3 days and finish that off. And then I do still have one frozen meal from last week. I never ate that Kevin's barbecue chicken Korean bowl or whatever it was called. I ate all the rest of them. So I do still have that. So maybe I'll just do sandwiches for 3 days and then eat that. Which means I will need to get like my tomato and stuff, but I think I have lettuce. We could grill out tonight if the kids wanted to. I don't know. Do we need hot dogs, Charlie? Okay, so we've got hot dogs. They like to eat a bunch of plain pasta with Parmesan cheese too. I think I have plenty of that in here. I don't know why my voice is cracking. Probably because I'm parched. I'm thirsty. It's like the liquid's not wanting to come out of this cup. It's literally like it will not come out. Anyway, so I'm going to sit here and eat real quick and kind of scroll and see if I can find a new meal that I want to try and work on my grocery list. And I probably won't be able to record very much today. One thing I didn't do last week, and I just realized it as I was taking stuff off of my grocery list, I did not make that little Jell-O and non-fat Greek yogurt dessert. So I will try to do that tomorrow, because if you watched last week's video, the kids ended up coming while I was in the middle of my meal prep, and then we ended up like getting in the pool and everything. And honestly, I just forgot about it as the day went on. So yeah, that did not happen last week. So maybe I'll do that this week, because I still have the Jell-O and I always have the Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. So yeah, let's see if we can find something new.
My tampon is stuck. It might just be.
Alrighty guys, so after sitting here scrolling for about 20 minutes or so, I finally found a new recipe that I'm going to try. It's one with chicken sausage. I will play it if it will focus for you so that you can see the recipe on TikTok.
Did you know that if you chop up some chicken sausage, add it to a baking dish, cherry tomatoes, a pound of orzo, 3 cups of chicken broth, 2 large handfuls of spinach, season with pepper, salt, and garlic powder, then add in a spinach artichoke dip, drizzle with olive oil, bake at 400, take it out after 30 minutes and mix, back in the oven for 30 minutes or until the orzo is done. Then you just made this dinner that is one dish, so easy and insanely delicious.
Okay, so that's going to be our 2 meals. We will have the taco soup, and then we'll have this chicken sausage and orzo, which is something that I've very rarely cooked with. We will just see how we like it, but it looks fairly easy, just having to throw this stuff together. And I love a one-pot meal, so that's what I was kind of sitting here searching for, was a one-pot meal. Just because the kids will be here, I might not have that much time to record my meal prep, and this can be one meal after they leave that I can throw together, and it will be done basically, what, in an hour. It bakes for 30 minutes, you mix it, and then bake it for 30 more minutes. Otherwise, you just throw it together. So we will see how meal prep turns out, but anyway, it is almost 11 o'clock, so I'm going to clean up. I have my bowl here ready to throw away. I need to put my coffee cup up. I still have coffee here. I have my water that I've been sipping on. And yeah, we are just going to see what the weekend brings. It's kind of gloomy outside. It keeps kind of going in and out and raining a little bit here and there. So probably no pool. The kids might be disappointed, but it is what it is. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Alrighty guys, hello. It is a Sunday afternoon. It's almost 3 o'clock, and we have already made the taco soup, which I didn't record. My granddaughter helped me put that together. Anyway, Charlie's getting ready to plate that up. It is already done. This new Ninja crock pot, though, she cooks like a dream, like really, really fast. And I have my other dish that I'm going to make, which it looks like a pretty easy dish. It's literally just some chicken sausage, tomatoes, spinach, orzo, chicken broth, and what, that spinach artichoke dip or whatever, and then it just basically has to bake for an hour, and then it will be ready to plate up. We had the kids last night, they're gone, and I was just getting ready to cook, but it's not raining. So I think that we're actually going to go out and just float in the pool for maybe an hour, because we got in yesterday with the kids. It was cold. Like, I couldn't even stand it. I couldn't enjoy it. And it was like 5 o'clock whenever we got in, so it was almost too cold. But the sun's kind of going in and out, but it's not supposed to rain. But I'm like, I'm really missing out on some sun. So anyway, I'll be back here in about an hour or two, and then we will throw this dish together and finish up meal prep. This is obviously going to be a short and sweet little meal prep because I just have this one meal to show you. I do have my corn muffins that I always make to go along with my taco soup in the oven. Those only take like 15 minutes to bake. I need to swap out my laundry, throw on my swimsuit. We're going to get some sun, and I will see you back here in a minute, and we will make this little one-pan dish and see how it is. All right, I am back in from the pool. It is just now a little bit after 4 o'clock, and it is raining. So it started to get pretty cloudy and kind of looking like it was going to rain, and it had been a little bit over an hour, and I was like, let's just go ahead and get out. I've got to cook and everything. And no sooner than we got out, it started thundering a little bit. So got just a little bit of sun. I'm not complaining about it. It would have been nice to get a full like 2 hours, but I'll take 1 hour. So I am here, and I'm ready to make this chicken sausage orzo one pan meal. So I'm just going to use this baking dish, and then I have 2 packs of chicken sausage. Charlie's already cut it up. I don't have the packages. It's just something we found at Publix. It's seasoned with something. I can't really tell. It smells good. We never really eat chicken sausage, so I don't really know what's good and what's not. So I have 1 pound of orzo. We're going to use 3 or 4 cups of chicken broth. I can't remember how much it said. Some little cherry tomatoes, which I just rinsed those off. They're still in the container, but I'm just letting them dry. It also called for some spinach and artichoke dip, but this is like a spreadable cheese, but this is the closest thing that I could find. And so I thought, it'll work. We'll make do with it. And some spinach, and I think that is it. Salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. So let me lower you down, and literally we just kind of dump everything in here, mix it up, and throw it in the oven for 30 minutes. Stir it good, cook it for another 30 minutes until the orzo is done. And that looks like that's it. So we'll see if this is good. And again, I found this on TikTok, on, what is it? Landry Healthy Recipes. I showed the video yesterday, but this looks so easy. Almost too good to be true. All right, so we've got 2 packages of the chicken sausage, and we're just gonna put that in like she did. 1 package didn't look like enough. This looks like a lot, but I always like extra protein, so that looks good to me. And then we have just 1 little pack of the cherry tomatoes. I kind of almost wish that I had gotten 2 of these just to have more, because I feel like those are gonna be like good little pops of flavor in there. We're going to go in with 1 pound of orzo. This is what I picked up. I don't know if I've ever really cooked with this, maybe 1 time. It's not something that I use a lot. I do see a lot of recipes on TikTok, though. A lot of people like to use orzo. And I probably will use this whole container of chicken broth, because that seems like a lot of pasta. Okay, it calls for 2 or 3 handfuls of spinach. And y'all know this will just kind of wilt away. And I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to put the majority of it in. Hopefully I can mix this okay in the pan. Then we're going to go in with salt and pepper. And then our garlic powder, which I'm going to add quite a bit, just because there's not a whole lot of seasoning in here. Although the chicken sausage is seasoned, and then this spinach and artichoke dip is probably pretty good too. Okay, there's what the spinach and artichoke dip looks like. Or spreadable cheese is what this one technically is. I've got to add in my chicken broth. This is definitely needed to cook the orzo. And then we're going to put all of this in. Okay, so I just rewatched the video, and she does not mix it. She puts it in the oven after she puts the olive oil on. That's the last thing that I have to do. But I'm going to kind of break the cheese up a little bit. I guess once the spinach wilts and the cheese melts down in there, then it will be easier to mix. That's why we take it out at 30 minutes. So let me grab my olive oil. we'll put some of that on and get this in the oven. So we're just gonna drizzle some olive oil over the top of it. It doesn't need to be covered or anything. And I've got the oven preheated to 400. I think this is all the olive oil that I have in this bottle too. That should be enough though. We have the oven preheated to 400, and so I'm going to put it in for 30 minutes. And then while this is baking, we're going to make that little dessert that I forgot to make last week. So this is going in for 30 minutes, then we will stir and then cook another 30. Alrighty guys, so I am back to make this little dessert. I'm just using one of my little glass meal prep containers, and I have a small box of the strawberry sugar-free Jell-O. This will be a 0-point dessert for the whole container. And you just want to put your packet of Jell-O in. And now I have some water boiling already on the stove. I know I put a little bit more than a cup in, so I'm just going to put this on here and just kind of measure out the 8 ounces of water. Because this is hot, I don't want to put it in my measuring cup. Man, that smells good. It smells like strawberries. You can use any flavor that you want to make this. The only other ingredient you need is a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up basically until all of the Jell-O is dissolved. And then before I add the Greek yogurt, I am going to let it cool down kind of to room temperature. I don't know what it would really do to the yogurt if you put it in while it was boiling hot. So I'm going to basically just let this sit here and cool off, and then I will come back and we're going to mix the 1 cup. I have Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. You can use whatever brand you like, and we're going to mix it in, and it's going to make this nice pink little fluffy dessert. And then you can always put some Ready Whip or whatever on it if you want to. So I will be back once this is cooled down, and we will add in the yogurt. It shouldn't take but just a few minutes. I'm going to have me a little break, eat my little afternoon apple, and then we should be good to add in the yogurt. So I'll be back. Alrighty, it has been about 15 minutes or so. I think this has cooled down enough to go ahead and add in the yogurt. So I'm going to add in 1 cup of Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt, and then I'm just going to mix it really well until it's all blended up. So this might take a couple of minutes because you don't want to like slosh it over the edges, but I'm going to mix it up until all of the yogurt is completely blended. Okay, so we've got it all blended up. I'm going to grab the lid and put on it, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator. It probably needs to set for 2 or 3 hours or so, so I will come back and show it to y'all later tonight and give it a little taste test. By the way, I love these meal prep containers. They can be used for anything. Anyway, in the fridge, and I will be back and show it to y'all later. So I just pulled this out. We're at the 30-minute mark. I'm ready to give this a good mix. And then it's going back in for 30 more minutes, and hopefully all of the orzo will be cooked and kind of soak up some of this chicken broth that's in here as well. So it smells really good. I'm still a little leery on what I think about it, but it's got to be good, right? Make sure I get all of that spinach and artichoke dip mixed around good. And then I am going to top this with a little bit of Parmesan cheese as well. I'm going to break up some of this orzo. Okay, let me start real good. It's going back in for 30 minutes. Alrighty guys, I literally just pulled this out of the oven. It actually smells really good. So Charlie and I are definitely having this for dinner tonight. I'm going to go ahead and plate it up, and maybe I'll give it a little taste test. It seems pretty hot at the moment, but I'm hoping it's good. I hope that the orzo is cooked well. Alrighty guys, here is the plated up, I guess, chicken orzo spinach artichoke bake, whatever you want to call this. I don't even know what to call this dish, but it tastes pretty good. I ate some off of the spoon. It's still pretty hot. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, and we are going to enjoy a plate of this for dinner. So I will leave my overall rating after we eat this for a couple of nights this week and see if I think this is worth a repeat. It was very, very easy to make. So whenever I eat it, I do think I am going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. And just do that each night whenever we have it. I'm not going to put it on now. So anyway, this is done. Alrighty guys, I'm back. It is a little bit later, but I wanted to come check out our dessert. And It is definitely chilled. It looks like the right consistency. I'm gonna put a little bit of Ready Whip on it, which I just have this light one. I did not remember to pick up a fat-free or sugar-free one. I'm just gonna put it on like one side just to try a little bit, because I don't think that I will be able to eat all of this, but we're gonna give it a little taste test, because I'm curious as to what the texture is like. So here it is. I put a little bit of Ready Whip on there. It looked just like light and fluffy. See if that will focus. It looked just light and fluffy whenever I saw the video on TikTok, and I thought, oh, that looks good. Okay, that's pretty good. I like it. It's nice and strawberry, creamy, so it's better than just eating plain Jell-O. Give it a try. I think that y'all will like it. It is a 0-point dessert. And again, easy to make. Just took a few minutes, boiled some water, just let it chill in the refrigerator for a few hours. And here it is. This will probably give me several servings. I will just kind of eat out of it throughout the week until it is gone. So cheers, guys. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me for another Sunday meal prep and another little vlog this weekend. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. Follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle for you here on the screen as well. And I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next one.